I refuse to eat a Thanksgiving dish because I suspect it was made last year. Long-time lurker, first-time poster, but I'm so baffled at that situation, I need a non-biased perspective. My husband and I, 30-ish, have a quite large family. His parents, his 2 siblings, plus spouses and kids, my divorced parents and their new spouses, plus my siblings and their spouses and kids. By the way...
Now you're just trying to make them regret it. Tell me, did that come out organically?
I'm drinking.
Did you mean to do that? Because that was amazing. Now you're like, fine, you guys want one more story? Here we go. I'm doing it in burps.
By the way, this comes from the Unimermaid on our side. Okay, story time. So, altogether, we are well over 20 people, so family gatherings can be overwhelming for the person hosting. And yes, my divorced parents and their new spouses get along fine, so there's no drama. Well, last night we celebrated Thanksgiving, and as a family tradition, everyone brings a dish. Usually we communicate with each other, so that way everyone is making different types of food. My sister-in-law, wife of my brother, said that she was going to bring her mom's favorite sweet casserole. I thought it was very nice of her since her mom passed away this year and she was honoring her memory by making her recipe. However, once I saw her dish, I truly think she brought last year's leftovers. Instead of big pan, she brought several small and medium containers of sweet potato casserole. Although it did not smell weird, it was very dry and didn't look like a regular one. I didn't try it and discreetly told my husband my concerns, who also did not try it. And once Thanksgiving was over, my mother called me saying that my sister-in-law was upset because she noticed I didn't try her dish. I told my mother about my fears, and she said that I'm just too picky with food, and there's no way a frozen casserole could last a year without having mold.
I see you. I think we all know. We've all done this, right?
What, taking a year-old frozen
No, not taking a year, but you take the mold and you just go...
You scrape it off?
Sometimes.
And also,
which,
if something's
honestly,
in the freezer, you could eat it for like a year.
I didn't learn until much later in my life that the mold grows from within. And that's just what you can see, and there's more stuff on the inside. So if something's moldy, just don't eat it.
What?
Did you just learn that too?
That's true. No, that's true, because if there's any mold on bread, you can't cut around it because it's infected the whole thing.
Yeah, it's inside the loaf.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think Sam just learned that.
I freaking told you that so many times,
filled
Sam.
with mold.
I told Sam that so many times.
We're going to have to call the mold men again.
Well, mold men need to purge my body. So
we're putting you in the mold shack.
I'm just too picky with food. There's no way frozen casserole could last a year without mold. I pointed that several containers could mean she cut the good parts and left the moldy ones. And as we all learned together just now, the mold has probably permeated. After an awkward silence, we agreed to disagree and hang up. I feel bad for my sister-in-law, but I truly could not bring myself to eat something I am not 100% sure is safe. So am I the a-hole? What do you think?
No, dude.
Don't eat that mold.
That's a year-old frozen casserole that they did not know how to burn or not know how to cook.
Buju Momo says, not the a-hole. Let's say for the argument's sake that the casserole was made yesterday on Thanksgiving. If you just decided you didn't want sweet potato casserole, you'd still be in this situation and you'd still be justified in not eating it. Either way, the person who made the dish should not be closely monitoring who took some. That's very strange. Eat what you want to eat at these types of gatherings.
Pause. It's not all foods. It's bread. Socrates says that's the case for bread, but not all food. So if you've got moldy bread, don't eat the moldy bread. But
my example was bread, so I'm still correct.
Yeah, I guess it's anything bread-ish.
Enough Process 9773 says, not the a-hole. The whole point of a big meal with multiple dishes is you don't have to eat for every dish. If you don't want to, reasons for not doing so do not need to be given. And Pizza Sauce 85 says, yesterday I had rolls, stuffing, sweet potato casserole, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, apple pie, green bean casserole, orange jello salad, turkey, ham, water, Coke, broccoli, cheese, rice, and mashed potatoes. I did not eat any tofurkey, cheesy peas, vegetarian stuffing, banana pudding, chips with dip, baked beans, ice cream, sweet tea, unsweetened rolls, lemonade, mac and cheese, Hawaiian rolls, and a few other sides. I can't recall. No one said a thing to me about what I didn't eat. Judgment, not the a-hole.
Sounds like a poem, but I can't remember which one.
You know what it sounds like?
It sounds like the Tigger
it's fairly
song.
Odd pair.
Yes, that's exactly.
Oh, you're right.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
You're right.
Yeah.
Rubber Goose,
an
average kid, and no one understands. Mom and Dad and Vicky always giving him to man.
Bad twerp.
Doom and gloom in his room. Every wish is in reality. They are his godparents, fairly odd parents. Wands and wings for the crowdy things. Odd parents, fairly odd parents. What do water who's water moose?
Birthday cake, large fries, chocolate shake. Okay. Our brains are rotten.
That was
rotten with the roots of mold.
I love how Sophia was like, yes, I believe that was a poem that I read. Yes, reminds me of a poem. I don't know if I'm a literature major.
It reminds me of a poem. I believe the author was Turner.
So, update a few hours later. After spending my whole morning reading and answering your comments, I decided to pass by my mother's house and have an in-person talk with her. I read her some of the comments on the original post, and she thinks the internet is a strange place. We agreed I can always come and tell her what I think truthfully. She has not talked to anyone else in the family about the yam debacle. We decided to call my brother and ask if we can go to his house and have a talk with him and my sister-in-law. He said to brace ourselves.
He said... He's a little horse.
And come with an open
water
mind.
Horse.
When we got there, my sister-in-law started crying uncontrollably, and my brother took us to the kitchen, which was a mess. Long story short, they were indeed leftovers, just not a year old.
Okay.
I guess sometime before her passing, sister-in-law and her mom made several family recipes as a bonding experience. The casserole was one of the staple recipes, and my sister-in-law had froze several containers of it. On Thanksgiving week, she thawed some of it and tried to replicate the taste, but without luck. I guess the pressure of making it for us got the best of her, and she got more and more frustrated as the date approached. On Thursday, she finally gave up and decided to just reheat the one she had frozen. As to why my sister-in-law noticed that I didn't eat her dish, apparently in prior years, I complimented the casserole as this is the best one I've ever tried. So this year she was expecting some comment and was sad when I didn't even try it. I apologized and told her I was really sorry that I hurt her feelings. She apologized for singling me out. We told her to rest, and in the meantime, me, my mother, and brother, we cleaned the kitchen, tidied the house, and mom made her a soup. Agiaco. If you know, you know. My mom decided to stay, but I left a bit after everything was done and everyone was calm. As a goodwill gesture, I'm getting my sister-in-law a mini spa day that I think she will enjoy and help her feel better. So that's pretty much it. No big fight, no big dramatic scene. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you all for your opinions. I will be more thoughtful of people's feelings, but I will still not eat something I don't want to just to please someone. No reports that anyone got sick, by the way. By the way, you will never get sick of us if you join us live every weekday, 3 p.m. PST on YouTube and Facebook. Just tap our profile. We're probably live right now. Lastly, does my mother think frozen food can get moldy? Well, she claims she said it in the heat of the moment, and because I was annoying her, she knows cooking is not my forte, so she thought I had no good comeback to that. I opened her freezer, and there's only meat and ice cream, so who knows at this point? And that is where this story
And we have a couple donations.
and this stream ends. We're going to read a couple donos.
Yeah.
Wait, we need a take. Would you eat the casserole?
I would eat a little bit if it made someone happy. Not
That's
if it's a year
that's
old.
actually a good take. If it was gonna make some